Okay, so today we are going to focus on step-by-step guide to develop AI agents in Azure. Yes, if you are interested in agentic AI systems, or if you have heard about AI agents but you have never worked on that, or you never got a chance to use or develop AI agents, this is a course for you. I am going to take you to a journey where we are going to develop and understand AI agents with step-by-step guidelines, with step-by-step practical hands-on labs. Yes, that's exactly what we are going to do in this course. Now, whoever is interested in this, I am assuming that you are already familiar with basics of artificial intelligence. You have used some of the tools like Copilot and ChatGPT, because I'm going to give an example of so many AI agent scenarios in this particular course. If you are not familiar with basics of AI, or if you're not familiar with basics of Microsoft Azure Cloud, I request you to please, you can go to our website, which is skilltech.club, and then you can get all this particular resources of basic knowledge of Azure AI, AI fundamentals, and even Azure Cloud fundamentals. All will be available free of cost on our website. So you should check it out first. Now, as per this assumption, if you're already familiar with all these basics, let's get started with AI agents. Now, as we all want to understand AI agents, first we need to start from AI, and then we'll understand what is agent. So if I want to start with AI, some people say that AI is a very new thing. Well, that's not a true thing, because AI is something which has its roots in somewhere 1950s and all. Yes, this is that old. In 1950s and all, AI was actually invented, and this is something which is basically a field of computer science that seeks to create intelligent machines. These intelligent machines can replicate or exceed human intelligence. Basically, all your modern AI systems which you're able to see are actually trying to mimic human capabilities like speech or thinking or decision making, or maybe doing certain tasks for humans. And that's what AI is actually capable to do. But as I said, it was started in 1950s and all. The AI which you're using today in the year 2025, well, that AI was not like this. That AI was actually very outdated, and that was something which was just a beginning. Somewhere AI has evolved throughout all these years, and the drastic changes actually happen in this particular points in this timeline. So if you see in the slide, I am showing you a timeline where, yes, AI was started in 1950s and all, but it has started evolving in a much faster pace after an invention of something called machine learning. Machine learning is actually a subset of AI that enables machines to learn from existing data and improve upon that data to make decisions or predictions. Now, whenever you see any modern AI software, you are maybe thinking that my AI system is capable to give me an answer, or whenever I ask question, it's actually giving me answers, it's generating things for me. But ultimately, AI is basically using a machine learning model in the background. And what it is doing is, it's just trying to make predictions. It's just trying to help you in making some decisions. So this is something which actually machine learning is doing. We are not going to go into very in-depth into machine learning concepts. Again, these are certain things which are part of my other courses. I strongly request you to check out the other courses if you are interested in machine learning. But in this case, we are just going to understand the base which is required for AI agents, and then we are going to focus on agentic AI development. Now, so machine learning is that particular part which is making your machines learn so that it can give predictions to you. But even though if you create a machine learning model, we need something which can process that machine learning model logic efficiently. And that is something which is provided by deep learning. Now, deep learning is a specialized technique of machine learning. This is also one of that thing which came after a few decades of machine learning. Yes, somewhere in 2010s and all, we got something called deep learning. As I said, it's a specialized technique of machine learning, but this technique was actually somehow trying to mimic human brain. I hope you know that in our human brain, we have something like neurons. In our brain, we have millions of neurons which are actually trying to process some information. Whenever you see something, whenever you hear something, your human brain neurons are actually going to process that information in a much faster way. And that's the reason you're able to understand that thing, what you're seeing, what you're hearing. Same way, deep learning has actually created something which is an artificial neural network. This neural network was actually having hundreds of neural nodes inside that, which are nothing but some kind of computers. Those small, tiny computers were capable to process the information, and that's the reason your machine learning model predictions become very fast. I'm sure if you have used tools like Copilot or ChatGPT, you know when you provide any particular input language text, which normally we call prompt, then that is going to process that prompt and is going to give you response in a fraction of seconds. How this is capable to process that information in a fraction of second? Well, the answer is deep learning. This neural network of deep learning is actually capable of processing that information. So remember guys, in the modern AI system, whatever knowledge or whatever data which is actually used to generate and give answer is something which is provided by machine learning predictive models, or what we normally call language models. And then deep learning is something which is providing the processing or the computing power associated with that. And basically using this only, the processing that data is something which become very possible. Now, after all these things, remember one thing, whenever we learn any new thing, I always say this thing that you have to focus on terms. Like AI is one terminology. Language model is another terminology, which is given by machine learning. Same way we have deep learning, which is focusing on processing of that particular logic. Same way, we have a next term which I want to add on, which is generative AI or Gen AI. This is one of the famous buzzword before 2 years. Yes, somewhere around 2021, when OpenAI has created a chatbot called ChatGPT. Everyone was talking about that. That particular tool becomes super popular overnight. And that's the reason we have a new buzzword in the market, which is called generative AI. Generative AI is actually that particular subset of AI, a very tiny part of AI, which is actually focusing on generating new content. It's actually capable of generating new content in various formats. It can be in the natural language text. It can be a visual content like image or video. It can be a programming language code with your Python, C# or your choice of programming language. And it can also give you an auditory content, which is maybe an audio file or some kind of a voice completion, which is giving you the response in a form of human conversation. Now, all these things are also happening based on some existing data, based on the predictive models. And then it's all going to be working based on your input prompt. Basically, guys, the word prompt is nothing but your natural language text input, which you're giving to your generative AI applications. Now, if you see right now, starting from 1950s to 2021, this timeline is showing me the initial evolution of AI which happened. And then now we are going to talk about the most important topic of this particular course, and that is AI agents. Yes, somewhere after generative AI and all, we got something which is AI agent. And this time, which is 2025, is actually an era of AI agent. Yes, it is already started. And if you're not going to learn this thing now, maybe it's going to be late. We are going to talk about something which is known as agentic AI system. If you have heard about this, this is what we are going to focus in this course. This agentic AI systems had actually started in 2023. And even today, it's still evolving. There are so many tools, there are so many organizations, and there are so many employees of different organizations who are actually focusing on this thing and who are actually developing applications with AI agents integrations with that. Now, I've not given my introduction at the starting of this course, but I am a corporate trainer who's providing training to multiple IT corporates. In my case, I'm in this industry from last 18 years. And what I have seen in last 2 years is every existing AI application of my clients, they are trying to integrate that with AI agents. They are trying to associate legacy applications also with generative AI and AI agents integrations with that. This is a very popular thing, and it's surely going to stay in the market for a few years. And that's the reason this is going to be very important for you if your job role is having a word associated with that, developer. Now, what are AI agents? AI agents are going to be some kind of an autonomous agents that can plan, reason, and act toward your goals. So unlike your traditional chatbot, which just gives you answer based on your question, AI agents are actually autonomous. Modern AI agents are autonomous, and it's actually going to plan for you. So when you try to do certain things, agent can plan those things for you. It can also give you reasoning that why exactly they're giving you this answer. Or it can help you in doing certain in-depth research. It can also take actions towards a specific goal. Now, if right now all these things sounds complex, don't worry, we are going to see these things step by step. Some of the examples of AI agents are AutoGPT or Baby AGI. LangChain, and even the agents which are using semantic kernel and autogen kind of agent development platforms. Now, we are going to use so many things in this particular course. We are going to develop our own agents using semantic kernel, autogen, Azure Foundry SDK, and we are mostly going to use Python programming language. So before we proceed, if you're not a developer or if you're not familiar with any kind of an application development, then maybe this course is not the right choice for you. In that case, you should go for the fundamental courses or you should learn some basic AI agent development. Now, I know there are so many courses which are actually available on internet which are showing you that develop agent without any code. Well, yes, you can do a development of agent without any code, but this course is not for that. So we are going to focus on pro code. We are going to focus on developing those agents which are going to be enterprise ready. We are going to focus on those agents which are going to be more secure, more accurate, and then if your organization or you are focusing on those kind of agents which are going to be security-wise perfect, they are using responsible AI guidelines, is taking care of governance, is taking care of performance, quality standard. If these are your priorities, then this course is for you. Let's talk about AI agent capabilities now. Now, the next thing is what kind of capabilities AI agent is actually going to provide to us. Well, it's going to give you multi-step reasoning. As I said, it can understand what's your intent and it's going to give you multi-step reasoning with that. It's going to allow you to associate with multiple tools. So it's going to give you tool use and API integration kind of things. You can actually integrate with your existing APIs, which is developed by your other developers, or maybe you develop that thing. And those API logics will be integrated with your AI agent. Not only that, there are a couple of third-party tools as well as certain integrated tools which are available, which you can integrate with your agent and it can take action with the help of those tools. Well, just one more extra thing which I want to add on. There are certain design patterns also which we are going to learn in this course. Like whenever I'm going to use tool use, I am going to use one pattern called tool use design pattern. If you don't know, you can search about this any point of time, and these videos are going to be coming in the same course. Next, these AI agents are capable to remember things what you said. It can remember memory and it can have a context retention. Now, if some of you have ever heard about a word called prompt engineering, I hope you know that prompt engineering is all about providing proper context and the goal to your generative AI applications. Well, same way, these agents are also able to understand your context, is able to retain that context because it has some kind of a memory. So same like your colleague or your assistant who's actually going to remember whatever instructions you have given in the previous week or in the previous day, this AI agent is also able to remember this kind of things in the memory. Through multi-turn conversations, it can remember that thing, and then it can actually help you to save you a lot of time in that case. Not only that, because of the memory and the context, is going to give you a much better and relevant response. Fourth, and the important thing which is here is self-reflection and adaptation. There are certain techniques by which your AI agents can actually reflect on the improvement of the result. Maybe first time when you ask certain things, it's going to give you certain results. Then it's going to do an improvisation of that result and it's going to give you better result with multiple iterations. There are certain design patterns on this also, like there is one of the popular design pattern called React pattern. Yes, I'm not talking about any React framework. React pattern is one of the agentic AI pattern which we are going to see in this course. So that's also something which is coming in the pipeline. Now, I'm super excited about this particular course. I'm super excited about all the things which we are going to explore in this. And I'm sure you are also very excited in this. Now, if you're equally excited, I want you to register to our website, which is skilltech.club, and just start learning today. So you can just register there free of cost. There are so many free courses which are available. And if you're going with the premium subscription there, which is very, very cheap, then you can also connect with me and I will be more than happy to guide you on your AI journey. So what are you waiting for? You can go and check it out today.